Hi, my name is Roderick Sost. I'm an electrical engineering student here at Weber State University. I'm here sitting today in the electronics lab for the automotive program at our main campus in Ogden, Utah. Today I'll be giving you guys a behind the scenes after hours look of the automotive program. It won't be a super in-depth tour, but it'll definitely give you kind of a perspective as to what the building looks like, what goes on here, and just kind of the size and scale of the operation. So you might be asking, well, why is an electrical engineering student giving the tour? Well, that actually is a good question. So I actually work here in the electronics lab for the automotive department as a lab assistant. So with that, I basically help build tools and training equipment that the students use so they can learn how to work on vehicles, especially the more, I like to think, interesting stuff such as the electric vehicles and hybrids that I will be showing you guys all later. But while we're here, I can show you some of the projects that we're actually working on. So one of the things that we're working on right now is a self-driving car based off of MIT's race car project. So what it uses is this Traxxas RC car. And what we do is we take a NVIDIA Jetson TX2 and place it on the top with some other controls and components that allow us to basically create a fully functioning self-driving car. We're using this to kind of help the students get a good understanding of what self-driving technology is, how it works, and where it's moving towards. And at the same time, we also build more practical tools that students can use immediately and that we actually use in production of our proprietary teaching tools, and that'll be over here. So this thing right here is a wire cutting robot that we just finished up not even a week ago. And it takes 18 gauge wire, strips and cuts it to length, and we use it to help build testing jigs that students use to learn all kinds of electronics, diagnostics, all the procedures, open faults, closed faults, all the kinds of things you would tend to find here when you're working on a car. So with that, let's continue on the tour. All right, everyone, let's get ready for this tour. So first things first, I'm going to show you around the electronics lab. As you can see, we have all different kinds of pretty much computers, cars. We do a lot of different kinds of research as we try to understand and help teach all the different aspects of the automotive industry. It's kind of a place that's always in a state of flux. We've been busy recently trying to finish up a few projects as we get ready to move to our new building, which will be down in the Clayfield Layton area here up in Utah. So let's go for a walk. Now, first things first, we'll walk into the ASEP Training Center. So in here, we basically store several different vehicles for not only our traditional students here at the university, but as well as for the dealer training that we actually perform here as well. So we have people from GM, Toyota, FCA. They come here and train their technicians and other staff on how to work with these vehicles. So because of that, we have all kinds of spare engines that are around that they use as instructional tools. And it wraps quite a bit around. So yeah, let's keep on going. So here we have a variety of makes and models of engines from GM, Chrysler, so GM motors, Chrysler motors. Most of these here are General Motors engines, as well as a Subaru and a Toyota engine as well. Now, you might be thinking, well, where's all the electric car stuff? Well, we'll be getting to that shortly, so stick around. So here's one of the many automotive labs that we have that we use to teach students how to work on various different platforms. We're moving stuff around, getting things ready to go, but by no means is this place unused. There's tons of activity here throughout the week. So here is one of our more general body systems labs. So this is where students do most of their instruction, working on different kinds of vehicles. As you can see, we got quite a selection of General Motors. We got some Fords. We got some FCA products here too. We even got a Corvette and actually several Camaros. So yeah, there's quite a bit that goes on here. Before we leave the general instruction room where we have all of the vehicles that the students constantly work with, we're about to go into my actual favorite area here at the school. So just beyond the store, we get into the real cool stuff. And here we are. We're in John Kelly's transmission shop, where here at Weber State, we teach all of our students how to work with hybrid and electric vehicles. Now today I really can't go behind these bollards because obviously safety is our absolute priority here at Weber State University, creating a safe, healthy, and productive work environment. And as we go through, you get to see all the different stuff that's out for display. Got a Nissan Leaf traction motor assembly, all kinds of stuff, inverters, motor drivers. We actually have something that I don't think a lot of you have seen, but check this out. It's a first-gen Chrysler Pacifica plug-in hybrid. These are really similar to, actually no, these are splitting image of the ones that Waymo uses for their self-driving minivans. And you might notice, if you're a bit of a buff about these kinds of systems, that it's very similar to a Prius because it actually was designed by the same company that designed the Prius drivetrain. Got the inverter here and the other half of the case. Now, of course, we also like to be aware of our history too. So we have stuff like this old Hydromatic that's from 1940. And then we also have another Subaru engine. This one's really unique because it actually has a stop-start functionality, and it's really quite neat how all this is set up. Let's see a little bit more here. So yeah, and then as we go through here, we go to an area called the Concept Center through the store. And you might be asking, well, why are they called a transmission lab? Well, it's because we also teach students how to work on transmissions in here. We have quite the selection. And back over in the corner, we actually have a transmission dyno, as well as a fixture over there. You can see way in the back, actually. Let's see if we can help you zoom in and take a look. Yeah, over there is actually where they teach students about compressed natural gas systems. And way over there, can't really see, it's kind of hard to see. But behind that differential that's in there on the table is actually where the dyno is. So yeah, we have pretty much every generation of Prius that's in here. We also have a CNG vehicle up there, a Chevy Volt, and a Chevy Bolt. And if you look below it, you might have noticed that there were some batteries. Well, those are actually from previous videos that John posts, involving a BMW i3, as well as a Nissan Leaf traction battery over here as well. Kind of get to see, so you can see all the modules from the i3. And you can also look over here, you can see the Nissan Leaf battery. Now, in a lot of these drawers and tucked away, there's all kinds of diagnostic equipment that's built specifically for the various vehicles that we employ here as learning tools for the students. And if you look way over there, I'll zoom in for you guys. There's actually a Chevy Volt drivetrain right there. And there's also a first generation Chevy Bolt traction motor and gearbox assembly that's been opened up for the students to be able to look at firsthand. So with that being said, let's go over to the concept area and where Weber State SAE Baja team is. So this area over here is the Concept Center, which is Weber State's basically community outreach. So businesses will approach Weber State University and commission them for different tasks and jobs, and this is the department where basically the school's resources are for hire. I'm not extremely certain about the particularities of the program and how it all works, but I do know that they make some fantastic stuff. And if you ever get a chance to tour the campus, which I'll probably be posting a later video, you get to see some of their amazing products that they've made here. So this is a bit of an area that's constantly in a state of flux, but it's actually actively used as a classroom environment. So in here we're going to show some really interesting things that it's not really public about the school per se, but nothing bad. It's actually really cool, and it kind of shows how ambitious the school really is about showing students the newest technology and getting them ready for the outside world. And I want to tell you what, you're going to like what you see. So yeah, let's go. So, if you look over here, you might have noticed during the scanning that we have a Tesla Model S. Well, you might be asking, why does the school have a Model S? And that's actually a really good question. So, this is a Tesla Model S P100D Ludicrous with full self-driving features that's been purchased for the vehicle and is used to educate students on the newest and best technology that is currently available on the market for consumers. So with this vehicle, we show students just the amazing torque that these electric cars can produce, as well as the fascinating self-driving features that are really starting to permeate itself into all aspects of our modern world. And if you look over here, you'll see something that I've been working on and I'm really proud to get running. We have our 60s Triumph that we're converting to electric using an EV West conversion kit. As you can see, we're using an Orion BMS in all the different cells. It currently is in the process of its conversion, and hopefully we'll have it finished by the end of the semester. It is currently several seniors' senior project, and I honestly believe we'll be able to get it done, and it'll be quite a fascinating machine when it's ready to go. All of this stuff can be worked on by students here, especially as they progress through their studies. And if you're ambitious enough, who knows, you might be able to get hands-on. You actually might be able to lead some projects here at the school. And I'll let you guys all know a little secret. This ain't it. This ain't all what the school is planning. We're working towards something that's really awesome. We'll be giving more updates as we hopefully progresses. It's going to be a project that's going to be monumental. But beyond that, let's go over and take a look at the Baja team. So welcome to Weber State University's SAE Baja area. So this is the area where all of our race vehicles for the Baja team are actually assembled, as well as design, and not too sure about testing, but I'm fairly certain a good amount's done in here. So as you can see, we have a ton of capabilities for producing our own vehicles, and you can actually see last year's vehicle as well sitting right here. And you can see this season's vehicle that they're working on finishing assembly. So as you see, all kinds of tools over here. You can see there's more welders and everything tucked away, as well as a plasma cutter table as well, a nice CNC one, and pretty much any kind of tool you would need to do any kind of fabrication. There's a lot of other stuff in here too, though that doesn't really kind of pertain to this tour for today, but we'll get to later on as hopefully these videos are successful. So yeah, let's head on back. So before I head back to the lab, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of something that is kind of an interesting little tidbit about Weber State University. So all of the admissions tests in the United States, all of the testing and all that other stuff was actually developed here at the university, behind me, right behind that wall. So over there is where they do all kinds of testing, and they work with clean air boards and OEMs and pretty much anyone interested all over the nation. And they have an awesome staff that's really cool, and they would love to talk to pretty much anyone who's interested in kind of the work that they do. And I, for one, think it's pretty awesome. They got some cool stuff over there, as well as a pretty nice lot full of a lot of cars that they use for testing. And the people that come in through here, it's fantastic. The work that they do is just cool. You gotta come in, you gotta come talk to them. It's definitely worth your time. Hey everyone, we're back in the electronics lab. So, hopefully you all enjoyed that video. I know there was quite a bit on that tour, and there's plenty more to see as well that hopefully we can do in later videos. Now, this is a brand new channel, and as we progress, hopefully we'll be able to offer you some better content. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or any ideas, feel free to leave them down in the comments. One of the things I really hope to do is get some interviews with the professors here at the school, as well as give you guys a tour of kind of what it's like to be here at Weber State University. And hey, you never know, you actually might come on over and join us here at Weber State. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from all of you, and I'll see you all in the next video.